Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of our 4th Age Rhovanion campaign. We are in the midst of ending our war with Rhovanion and Rune and determining how to move against this new threat that has emerged in the Bjornings, who have besieged us yet again at Holt. Now, the general rule for the AI is holding. In other words, we have a very small garrison here, and so the AI is going to send a very small force to besiege the settlement. They've just sent a single unit of cavalry, in fact. And so what I'm going to do, what I think, is I've peeled away these riders. They were part of this army here, but I've peeled them away, and they're going to be on woodman duty. They're going to be... okay. We just get ambushed in the middle of my impressive monologue about my master strategy. All right, well, we didn't actually get ambushed. We can prepare for the battle. So I think by prepare, I'm going to withdraw and just move off. But you can see that so far we're seeing these pretty small sized armies around here, and so I think you know, just a small stack of cav with occasional reinforcements should be enough to deal with it. But yeah, we're gonna have to give this a bit more thought. Let's go ahead and train some more cavalry down here, and we will get them sent over to the western front, I guess, because I want to use these guys somewhere else. I'd like to take this force. I think we'll bring them down here to get trained, or let's see, we can take these guys, the riders. Yeah, that'll do. You guys can head down here to get retrained, and all the rest of you can head over towards Rhovanion. And why don't I send you over here too to be reinforcements? Eventually you'll catch up with them. And yeah, let's put the foresters there just in case this stack happens to be attacked. But we'll keep training foresters out of burn. And the idea is I want to get just enough men over here so that I can move over and take the fort of Karnan pretty soon. Now this guy is going to die. This is the ruler. We can't tell anything about his age or his stats, but he does have a gray beard there. It feels like he's been around here forever. As soon as he dies, we're going to attack the fort of Karnan, and we're just going to have a bunch of foresters probably and just javelin down these hearthmen. That's going to be the plan. Once we've taken that, we will be ready to move east towards Gargol. But what I'd like to do first is take this host and move it over into the east towards the last remnant of Rhovanion. And I think we're just going to go ahead and trespass on North Rune's territory as we do so. I am basically done with requiring North Rune as an ally, and so we will have to make sure we've got men ready to deal with this Fennis Rim region and any enemies that we may have around here. But I think that'll be fine. We do have the last King of Rune heading down from the north after we took Thordram last season. He has decided to head south. Now, possibly he's going to besiege us here, but he may just be heading back to the last settlement that he owns. I have to make sure that this place doesn't fall while he's still in the field. If that happens, we get a big horde of 6 full stacks of Easterlings right in the middle of this territory that I can't easily defend. So we're just going to keep besieging it and threatening it. And we'll just have to watch to make sure that it doesn't fall. If he comes down towards us, we may attack him and see if we can damage him. But I do want to have these guys around Thordram. We've got a pretty decent force around here. Just in case North Rune decides to attack, we've got kind of a strength around there. We can train people from Rakos. In fact, right now I'm training some Eastland Raiders. And in Tham, we're working on being able to train in a few seasons. We did get another scout, and so I think I want to send one of him up north and east, just to keep an eye on North Rune. Remember a little while ago we gave them Fennis Rim. Oh, look at that. North Rune took Hythe for themselves, so that's excellent news, I guess. And they're probably building it up, and it's surprising to see them get on the island. Usually you don't see the AI do that. But okay, so they're still in Fennis Rim and Hythe. Both of these are still unwalled. But here you can see that they've got a bunch of kind of lame stuff. So nothing too threatening inside the city itself. More kind of lame stuff. We'll just keep our scout around here, and we'll keep the scout who's up north just going around, checking out what we see on the borders. Again, typical North Rune types of things. They may get a bit more aggressive here as the campaign continues, and they realize that, of course, they don't have any any other enemies in the region apart from Rhovanion, who I would like to make a protectorate fairly soon. So for that reason, we're not going to be spending this money on building. We're going to wait for some of these projects to complete. And let's see, where is the next project that we're going to be looking at? Crop rotation, that's going to take a while. We are doing control posts. Control posts here. We're doing some roads. Okay. Maybe we actually do need to get building. Because I think it's important to get these settlements developed. Especially the homeland ones, they're going to bring in a lot of money. Just checking the public order to make sure that looks good. And everything does except for Hjorth, but that's close enough. And we can always train more guys if we need it. So let's end the season here. We're going to get our income up to around 80,000. And I can see there's some Bjornings right at that watchtower to the east of Fairfeld. But yeah, they would have to, if they want to come up by my territory, they're going to have to trespass through Adunabar and or Elven lands. And I'm not sure that they're going to do that. Okay, we are attacked by a Bjorning host. That's just these guys. Should be pretty straightforward. Depending on the terrain. Alright, this does not look bad at all. We've got a very nice open hill, in fact. And it looks like they're going to be coming straight up towards us. So a nice ridge to defend. Looking south, basically, towards the Great Bight, I suppose. So we're going to hit their archers first, and then play keep away with the axemen. But get close enough to throw javelins, and they're not going to move, so we're going to get a pretty good charge in. Oh yeah. Now we are getting involved to a melee here. I want to stick in until these guys rout. Okay, there they go. We will need to replenish these guys. Let's get my general close enough to throw javelins. And I don't think those bowmen are going to come back. And we'll just keep letting them chase us up the hill a bit. I really want one good charge just to send them into a rout. And I like to use up all the javelins too. Alright, there they go. Let's hit them now. They're kind of out of formation. And there's the captain right there. Yep. In a very good spot to get hit, and they rout. Very, very nice. But again, as is typical with these scouts and light cav, we're going to need to... Alright, I think we can just exit the battle here. We're going to need to refresh them every now and then with reinforcements. Okay, and we're under siege by Dale at Burn, which is really interesting. Let's see what that is all about. 2 units. It's not these guys, so it's a force of Dale that somehow made it around here while I wasn't paying attention. Now, I guess they could have made it through Bjorning territory, through the woods, and just sort of used the trees to get close. Maybe they had another army around here, or maybe they went through Dwarven lands, and I was not noticing them there. So I guess that could be what's going on. Again, it's just a couple of units. I'm really not thinking it's going to be that impressive. So let's see what the earthquake is. Okay, shoot. Gardar of Yathin Raw, Eastern Wildlands. What was this? A scout? Did I lost my... What? Oh, yeah. Yep, I lost my army just about. Look at this. Look at this. Mountain Guards, these guys were not this low. And these archers, we lost a lot of men. We lost 345 soldiers of my best soldiers. And a general who was the governor of Belligant to a friggin' earthquake. Okay. The game has decided that I am not fit to live. So we're going to send these guys back down to get the Mountain Guards retrained, although I don't know why I brought these guys. Well, we've got these guys coming. North Ruin must have done some kind of witchy black magic to get the earth gods on their side and take down our army. That's great. Well, we do have a couple of units of fresh Mountain Guards here. We've got some almost fresh archers coming. I guess we'll go on our own territory then. Just move through here. But that does slow things down a bit. And we'll have to retrain these. You know, let's go ahead and train another one. And let's train a unit of bowmen, since I may need some more archers in the area. Alright, but we finished control posts in Belligant and Lithmorchant. So I may as well take this off local governance, because we don't have anybody running it anymore. But yeah, first tier of control posts gets these things. I'm going to go ahead and get a unit of spearmen in here, just so we can close any gaps. And I will go ahead and build up muster fields. But that really stinks. I was counting on having basically a full stack just ready to go against North Ruin. Such nonsense. Okay, there's an army of Harad here, very tiny. Alright, you know, in the interest of not wanting to lose track, I think I'm going to pull out from this siege and bring these guys back up here somewhere. We'll go ahead and move them away. We'll let them kind of replenish their movement points and so on, because their supplies are quite low, I'm sure. Oh, he's still well supplied. That's, wow, good for him. But he's been besieging that place for years. So we'll move him north, and we'll see, you know, maybe we can eliminate Rune by doing this. Taking out that army. Or maybe what's going to happen is we could have, once the siege is lifted, maybe that will allow another family member to spawn in here. So I can then eliminate this free roaming stack, which is kind of making me a little paranoid, without having to worry about causing the faction to go into a horde. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. All right, let's then see what else we can do. That really put just a huge damper into things. But at least we can train out of Belagan now. And we're training reinforcements here. Okay, and we have to send these guys back now to take care of Bern. But we also have to lift the siege of Holt. Let's get our emissary down here to make sure we're not going to get hit by anything along the way. That looks fine. And we're actually going to have to fight this battle. Just a unit of cav.
Reinforcements have arrived, but are they in time to take part in the battle?
All right, let's just charge them. $49 of them. And we got a pretty good charge there. That easily got them down to under half numbers. Killed the general. I would imagine they would rout pretty soon, and there they go. We'll just end that. Alright, so Holt is now no longer under siege. Again, if at any point I feel like it's not worth it to keep doing this, I am okay with losing Holt. It's really not that important to me. But I do like the idea of having a place that, you know, the AI can send some small numbers of men after. Alright, let's go and see what these guys are. Yeah, just 2 units of Barding Militia, and they're going to actually fight. So, I mean, who knows where the hell they came from. They made an incredibly epic trek somewhere, either through Mirkwood or over the Withered Heath or something, to sneak deep into enemy territory and attack me with you know, two Barding Militia. So, you know, good job. Good job, guys. That's pretty impressive. I've got plenty of ranged stuff, and even if we do end up fighting melee with these Barding Watch levies, that'll be just fine. We've got archers, we've got skirmishers, we've got some cav to decide the matter. So yeah, this is going to go just okay. But I am curious as to how they got here. Yeah, they're going to rout. I kind of figured. And they're going to charge right in. Yeah, those guys are going to leave. We'll just bring the cavalry up and deal with them here. They're losing heavily. This is a tier 1 unit versus a tier 2. So that's to be expected, although we will take, you know, decent losses among these swordsmen since they're not that great. We'll charge right in the back here. And I'm guessing Bern is getting attacked. Why is Bern getting attacked? Is it because it is this the one that borders the fort?
This is no way for a leader to behave, but in battle it's beyond belief.
General's going to get killed here. And there goes the rest. We'll just let them leave. So I need to look at these borders to decide why they decided on this settlement in particular. Why not Yodor? Why not Hjorth, which is actually bordering some of Dale's lands? Very odd. But if this province borders the fort of Karnan, then that could explain it. Victory! Yeah, it does. Okay. So who knows? They may have been hanging around. But we get some more men we can train. Let's check these guys out. Yeah, another unit of Rhovanion foresters. And then we can bring in some reinforcements from up there. I think we're out of population in Arab Gobel again, as is tradition. So bring you guys down. We can just get the cavalry here and train them, and that'll do for our spending money for this turn. Okay. Yep, nothing around here. So, this army is decent enough. It's got enough slingers that I feel I could probably take out some of Northrune's territory. Hey, they just built a wall. I could probably take out some of Northrune's territory with it, or at least defend. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. But the thing that I'm not feeling good about is that this settlement was down considerably in terms of garrison strength. And if I could have besieged them, you know, last turn, then that would have been really nice. But because we get that earthquake, we can't. Okay, moving through the woods. Nothing to see, I guess. Alright, and as for news, yes, we've recruited. And Broad is an attuned governor. Yeah, I decided to leave him in Thordram after he conquered it because he's pretty decent. So we'll just let him rule up here until we're ready to move. And yeah, you guys are threatening Tham. Just a ruler and a noble. Again, no idea where the heir is located. And these guys, I mean, they could assault, I guess. They could assault Tham. I think we could handle it. We've got enough cavalry that we could just swarm their bodyguards and probably deal with them that way. So, let's see. Do we want to bring you up north? We're getting the control posts up at Tham. 2 more seasons. But, you know, possibly... All right, 1 more season, and then we'll have we'll be able to work on Dominion up here. So I'm just thinking about where I want to be training and where I need to start destroying some of these Dominion buildings to get control posts and so on. And I guess the easy answer is right here. If I get a control post going in Amrun Dor, that's going to be one place where I can at least get warband levies to send to Adel to hold off Amrun Magor. The reason I'm at all thinking about that is because I'm considering strongly bringing this army way up into the north. To potentially fight against Northrune, because I've been robbed of an army in that theater. I can keep a spy around here and just keep an eye on what's going on here. In my experience, typically the AI is pretty passive once they get down to 1 settlement, but we'll see. We'll see what these guys do. I just recruited some more slingers up here at Raycoast. I think I'll keep them right there for the moment. We can always send them along with other reinforcements. But I'm just really wary to destroy homeland dominions because of this kind of unrest that's in the other parts of the realm. So just something that we have to keep track of, unfortunately. Send the emissary through the woods, and again, you know, not looking like there's much waiting for us. Ah, there's that little army. Okay, so they're sending, you know, 3 or so at a time. And the problem with that particular army is it is 2 spears and a Bjorning War Dogs unit. None of that is really great to deal with by cavalry. So we will probably want to supplement with something else, like these foresters and so on. Given that my Rhovanion invasion is going to take longer than I wanted, I think I'm also going to hold off on the assault of the fort of Karnan because I don't want to take this before I'm ready for real to attack North Rune. Now this army's decent right here. I'll send you guys down, I guess, by yourselves. You guys, you know, since we're just looking low in terms of everything, I'll send you guys all the way back to Rhovanos. We're building roads. Eventually that'll be good. And you guys can go all the way back up to Dale. And then we'll just get you all retrained. And then we'll have a bunch of men to rely on, which will be nice. We've got a lot of longbowmen mercenaries up here, but I think I want them there. So we'll just have to wait a little bit, unfortunately. Now, I could send these guys out and see if we can get Rhovanion to attack them. And just see what that might look like. Like, if we were to take you, and the spearmen, that would be fine. You guys, how about this? You two can head back over to Rhovanos. I'm not sure if I can retrain the Rhovanion Ranger mercenaries there, but there's only 7 of them, so I feel like I may as well. And I'll put you guys right up here. On some kind of high ground. And if they come out to attack us, we'll see if we can beat them. And just see what they do. Alright. Yeah, let's hold off there. Alright. Back to Rhovanos with you. And you back up to Dale. You're just going to stick around here and we'll just see 1, 2, maybe 3 turns before they get here. So let's bring all these guys over, put them under the commander here. Get a couple more foresters in the band. And Rhovanion did nothing to me. So what I'm going to... Jeez. Do I want to risk besieging this place? You got some more slingers now. How about we offer them a deal? Accept overlordship and I'll give you all my money. Yeah, didn't think that was going to work. So we need to put them under siege. We need to, well, I'm not even going to put rams up. I'm not going to assault. The idea is to decrease this garrison. Yeah, because North Rune is training some big armies. They've got some great axes of Rune, which is a pretty good unit. I'm glad I'm not seeing a lot of spearmen of Rune, or any, in fact. Alright, and that army of the Chiefdom of Rune did not stick around up here. So they're somewhere down here in the fog of war. Let's send our scout up. There they are. So do we want to try to eliminate them right now? I mean, it doesn't really make much of a difference in one sense. I don't really want their territory. Like, I don't want Amron Magor. I'd rather almost have them keep this territory, because if rebels take it by me eliminating the faction, then we're going to see either a Dunabar grab it or maybe a Harad or something. So there's not much of a point in me hitting this army here. So I'll just pass on by. We're going to get our control posts pretty quickly in both of these places, so we should be able to defend ourselves fairly soon. We can train stuff in Bray Gesselai. That's the nearest place for us to get native troops. Alright, I can get these 70 men up north. Yep, let's just see what they do about Garth. I'm not sure if they're going to do much at all, but we do need to build this homeland dominion. That is going to make us some nice money. We are going to lose a lot. 800 there. But even with that, we're still making almost 2,000 just in pure profit. So that is really the best income, those dominion buildings. But once you get those built, farms, pretty much farms, or the cultural conversion buildings, those are also a good buy. Yeah, I think we'll go with another scout. Let's go with another bowman unit. And all these guys got retrained last time. So, where do we want to send them? I think we want to send them into the northeast here. Keep up the pressure on Rhovanion and be ready to fight North Rune. Just keeping an eye out for any other armies of Dale or the Bjornings. All right. Alright, so we were not attacked, which tells me that the Rhovanion does not have any other troops outside of the settlement here. And we got our roads built in Yathen Raw. And because of that and the control posts and everything, we're losing a bit in terms of our per-turn income, thanks to the upkeep. But here we go. We've got the room for these guys. Let's go ahead and take out some of these units. I'm going to take out 2 riders and send them north. And we'll retrain everybody. And let's go with another scout. Okay, Lithmore Chant theoretically can train some stuff, which is good. But I think what we can do down here, because this is a homeland for us, we can get going up on the chieftain's feasts. This is going to be pretty cheap. It's going to get us some tax income. It's also, going to cause a little bit of mismanagement, but it's going to help with population growth and experience. So this is a good buy for your homelands, especially. I think that's all I'm going to do, though. And yeah, we can see that Rune is bringing some men here. All right, if they're going to play it that way, we'll send our big army down and just kind of play defense a little bit. Got some more slingers we could pick up if we want, which I probably will, actually. Let's do that. Let's put them inside Adele. And Tham has finished control posts. So a little bit later we will get going on the muster fields. And 5 seasons for that. All right. Now we're kind of playing a waiting game here, because at some point Rhovanion is going to sally. They're not going to just let us starve them into extinction. Usually the AI does not do that. Sometimes they do. But what we want to do is go for 6 more turns, and then back off, because my goal here is to just get the garrison size down very small while I bring up reinforcements to just look threatening. And then maybe they'll change their tune about not wanting to become a protectorate. If you get a lot of military presence in their territory, that can happen. Alright, so I took off Nareg Zagil. Why did I take that off local governance? Or, no, it never was, because this guy's the ruler anyway, right? Yeah, he's the king of Rhovanion, so he doesn't need local governance. That's actually good, because I don't want to retrain these guys this turn. I'll wait for another turn to do that. Okay, we get some more foresters over here. May as well bring them into the east. And some bowmen to bring up for the north. And you guys up towards Dale. Okay, so they're probably right around here. Yeah. Alright, let's send our men up to intercept. And we're attacked again by Dale at Burn. Okay, so probably what's happening is they're sending out these units of Barding militia because that's what they can train here. Population is 418, so maybe they've been training. That's all I can think of. Alright, we can get those mercenaries. Just thinking it'll be nice to have some infantry stuff around here to deal with the war dogs or the spearmen or whatever. Alright, since you guys are coming up close here, we'll use them to fight that army. And oh, we didn't have any scout or anything inside Bellegant. Very dangerous there. Bring these guys up. Okay, and the army of Rune did not do what I expected. They did not besiege. Looks like they have backed off. Yeah. Good. They've moved down to Amrun Magor. Now, I don't know where their ruler is. But now I'm kind of wary about leaving this place as undefended as it is. So, we'll just head down. I've been very indecisive here. We'll just kind of go back and forth about this. It's going to be a while before Rhovanion either falls or submits. And so I think we can afford to wait for North Rune. So this army, I know I just said we weren't going to use them down here, but if we can get Rune to be a protectorate, that would be kind of cool. So, you know, let's train an emissary, and then we'll send him down here, because if we can get the this garrison besieged and bullied for a while, that could be nice. All right, 7,000. So now we've got enough money to retrain these mounted guards. And what's the upkeep on them? 380. Yeah. I don't know that we need another one, honestly. So let's just do that retraining. And these guys all finished. So they can go back up north. And now it is your turn. Alright, so I think here's what we'll do. We will end the episode here because I'm going to just fight this off camera. This is going to be a little silly battle of some archers versus some Barding militia. It's not going to be anything very interesting to watch, and so we'll just do that off camera. When we come back, though, I know it's taking a while, but we're getting stuff ready to put the hurt on these two factions. We've reduced them to a single province, and it's taking a little bit longer thanks to earthquakes, you know, acts of God, things beyond my control. It's taking me a little bit longer than I wanted to get them really where I want them. So we will be doing that. Bottling up these factions now that the loose army of Rune is down here in its home territory. We can keep them here. We can see if they can be a protectorate. Maybe not. Maybe that won't work. But if nothing else, we'll have the men down there to defend. So thank you very much for joining me in this episode, and I hope you'll stick around to the next one. Until then, take care.